Flags fly at half-staff today as CSU and the United States remembers the fallen victims and heroes from September 11th, 2001. And here at CSU, we continue to remember. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Katie Spencer.
And I'm Michael McNulty. Our CSU community is getting involved with telling their 9/11 stories. Head to our website at ctv11.com to contribute to the conversation. You'll find a link to the Where Were You on September 11th? Find that in the News tab, and then share your story with us in the comments section. We already have a few stories up.
Student opinions pop up around campus over all kinds of issues. Most recently, when it comes to football stadium talks. I was at the first home game and saw some traditions at Hughes Stadium and asked students if they're looking forward to an announcement. Traditions. No matter if this was your first home game with the Rams or you're returning after graduating, everybody has their favorite game day tradition. Whether it's bringing your family, having some food, or partaking in friendly competition.
So we like to talk to all of our friends.
We're doing a little bit of tailgating. Yeah. Now we're just here to support the school. Yeah, we're having a good time down there just barbecuing, playing cornhole, throwing the football, frisbee. Just having a good time. Yeah.
And of course, staying with the college tradition, tailgating a little too much.
We do a bunch of drinking and then we do a bunch of tailgating. We pregame before the party and then it's a party.
Although Hughes Stadium may soon be a thing of the past, traditions like the firing of the cannon will ring on. With the possibility of a new stadium comes the possibility of new traditions.
You can imagine traditions built around combining the football game experience with the rest of campus, which is something that is an intriguing part of the idea of putting a stadium on campus.
And although it may be in a different place, it's all about the same thing.
It's all about having fun. It's going to come as a whole school, come together and cheer on the team. Go Rams! Go Rams!
With the bold new era comes bold new traditions. So build on, you stalwart Ram team. A Board of Governors meeting will be held in October, and it's rumored that a final decision could be reached on whether the new stadium will be built or not.
Olympic bronze medalist Janae DeLoach was honored last week. The CSU grad was in Fort Collins Old Town Square this past Thursday. A rally was put on by Old Town Square's owner Brian Sukup, who's DeLoach's relative. DeLoach is ranked second in the world in the long jump. She shared her experience at the Olympics and talked about her plans for the future.
Great shape this year, but I know I can be in better shape and I can run faster and jump further, and I am going to be doing that. I will be trying for the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Olympics, and I will not give up until I have a bronze or a gold around my neck.
CSU and the community of Fort Collins try and rebuild after the High Park fire. Coming up, talks held on campus this week that bridge the gap.
And later, a change on the screen of your smartphone. We'll be right back.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Summer's been sticking around for a while, but there are some changes in store for your 7-day forecast. Let's take a look at today. It was cloudy and cooler with some developing thunderstorms over the mountains and even across campus throughout the afternoon. Rain is more likely tonight across the area but should stay pretty light and scattered. The chance for showers increases tomorrow and it'll feel a little more like fall with times only in the mid-60s as a cold front moves through the area. That trend should continue into Thursday, but rain is less likely as the week progresses. If you're planning on going to the President's Fall Address on Thursday, you might want to bring along a rain jacket just in case, but the rain shouldn't be too severe. Your weekend is also looking nice right now with higher temps and dry conditions. Saturday and Sunday should be back to the mid-80s with plenty of sunshine. Remember to tune in to CTV every week for your updated forecast. For CTV Weather, I'm Ashley Wallinger.
The flames are out, but the High Park fire is still a hot topic among northern Colorado residents. The Warner College of Natural Resources at CSU held a symposium yesterday to discuss the other ecological implications that follow the fire. This summer, the High Park fire flared through the mountains of Fort Collins, affecting most of northern Colorado. Some people lost a view, others lost their homes. But the community is quick to get back on their feet and come together.
This is not a watershed thing over here, and a green building, fire-wise building over here, and a mitigation effort over here. Really, all those efforts need to be one to make the community come back together.
Colorado State University and the College of Natural Resources held a symposium Monday where community leaders and residents came together to discuss the impact.
We wanted to develop the understanding of what happened during the fire and what sort of processes of recovery for ecological and human communities we could expect, and then talk to the community about the ways that we could help restore the fire area.
Now that the fire is out, other impacts that follow were addressed, like the watershed, wildlife, and regeneration.
In lodgepole and biodiversity forests, having that kind of regeneration is not necessarily a bad thing at all. In fact, for many species, particularly for the middle to long term, these fires are good things.
Nearly 2 months have passed since the High Park fire singed to a halt, and already life is coming back to the mountainside, either in plants or in spirit. The High Park Fire Restoration Coalition and related organizations are focusing to help recover and restore High Park areas. For information on activities and how to volunteer, visit treeswaterpeople.org.
CSU has the resources to give you an international semester. Coming up, reporter Sarah Downey caught up with students at the Study Abroad Fair.
And later, we'll let you know what events you can look forward to this week. Stay tuned.
Take the bass line out.
It's the hard knock life for us. It's the hard knock life for us. Static treated, we get tricked. Static says we get tricked. It's the hard knock life.
Hey students, ASCSU is your student body government. To find out more, come visit us in room 109 of the LSC.
A familiar icon on your iPhone will no longer be available. Last week, YouTube launched their own iPhone application. The new app contains more videos than before and includes new and updated features. It's available now for the iPhone, iTouch, and most iPads. And have you ever wondered what it would be like to be nestled up in the forests of Costa Rica or go on a safari in Africa? Well, if you haven't, then check out what CTV reporter Sarah Downey learned at this year's Study Abroad Fair.
Thousands of students pass through the Laurie Student Center on a daily basis. But this past Friday, students had a different reason to stop in. Held once a semester, the Study Abroad Fair draws in students eager to learn more about the exciting prospects of international living and exploration.
There's personal growth and development, like skills that students didn't even know existed. Being flexible, cross-cultural communications, and then that's all applicable into their careers and their professional life, which is immensely helpful today. I mean, we work really closely with students to talk about how you're going to integrate this back into your life at home, into your career, into your resume, to make you stand out.
With over 1,800 students in attendance, this year's Study Abroad Fair hit well above its anticipated mark. 42 CSU programs were represented, in addition to the 36 affiliated and non-affiliated programs at the event. Students have more opportunities to travel to Africa, Asia, Europe, Latin America, the Caribbean, and Oceania than ever before. Information on alternative breaks and financial aid opportunities are available as well.
I think it's a really good experience just to like get out there and kind of get out of your comfort zone, that we like get in our routine every single day and we wake up, back to class, everyone's speaking English.
For those fearful of not having enough time to be away, students also have the opportunity to build an internship experience where they can receive credit during their stay.
Many, if not all, study abroad programs have planned early. We tell students about 9 months to a year, come talk to us so that you're thinking about this, talk to your advisors so you're staying on track.
So whether you're interested in African dance or Japanese cuisine, don't be left out when the Spring Study Abroad Fair rolls around. This is Sarah Downey with CTV News.
Last Friday's Study Abroad Fair beat the record of number of attendees by almost 300 students.
A resource on campus for students that you may find helpful these first couple of weeks.
Stay tuned.
Take the bass line out. Go.
It's the hard knock life for us. It's the hard knock life for us. Static treated, we get tricked. Static says we get picked. It's the hard knock life.
If you're struggling with your class load and need some extra help, there are many resources to get you caught up. One place on campus that offers extra help is located in the Tilt building. CTV reporter Keith Albertson took a tour and learned more about how Tilt helps students.
If you are a first-year student, you may already be a little overwhelmed after your first week of classes. A few days ago, I spoke with Mike Palmquist, the director of Tilt, the Institute for Learning and Teaching, to find out what role the Institute plays in supporting students.
We work with faculty to help them be more effective in the classroom, to work with students more effectively, to understand current learning theories and the use of technology and things like that.
Palmquist, who has been working at CSU for over 20 years, has set about to give students an extra resource to stay caught up in class. The time to act, he says, is not after you start falling behind.
I would say spend some time with your faculty, get to know them. Find out if the course is supported by tutoring. Find out if there's a study group that's associated with that course, and spend time doing it.
Students aren't the only ones who have been working hard this semester. Tilt has been trying to improve itself by taking on a larger class load.
Our goal is to get to between 6,000 and 8,000 students per year doing this kind of work, and that means that virtually every student at CSU will have the opportunity and probably the likelihood of doing some kind of work like that.
But even if you're not looking for extra help or just looking for a quiet place to study, the Great Hall, as well as other smaller study rooms inside the Tilt building, can offer you that.
If you just want to sit down and do some work or sit down and have lunch, it's a nice quiet place to go.
To learn more about Tilt, you can visit their website at tilt.colostate.edu.
There are a lot of events coming up this week and into the weekend.
It's time to take a look at what in the world is going on at CSU. The Career Center is hosting different career fairs all week long in the Laurie Student Center. Check their website for specifics. And University President Tony Frank will deliver his annual fall address on Thursday. That's slated to begin at 11:30 a.m. on the Oval.
And no home football this weekend, but if you're looking for some sports action, head to Moby Arena. The women's volleyball team takes on number 2 ranked UCLA, and that's going to be a whiteout game. And finally, ASAP will host the Cobra Starship and Breathe Carolina concert on this Saturday. It starts at 6:30 on the West Lawn.
So what are you doing this weekend?
You know, a volleyball game sounds like fun. I always like going to volleyball games.
I haven't been to one this year. I need to get to one.
Yeah, but the concert sounds like fun too, so I don't know.
I'll have to check it out.
Tough decisions.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have for you tonight.
For all the stories you saw tonight and more news as we get it, head to our website at ctv11.com.
You can also find us on Facebook or on Twitter at CTV11.